Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul bin Sarip. I'm from Group 3 and our group will present about the ASEAN Political Security Community. This political security community is created by the ASEAN leader to ensure the countries in this region live at the peace with one another and with world in just, democratic and harmonious environment. There are several characteristics of ASEAN political security communities, which is a rule-based community of share and values, a cohesive, peaceful, stable and resilient region with shared responsibility for comprehensive security, and last, a dynamic and outward-looking region in an increasingly integrated and independent world. So each member must adopt and share a same belief in promoting region stability. There has several agreement in this community, such as Bangkok Declaration in 1967 and the ASEAN Head of State and Government in December 1997. This agreement was created to discuss about the ASEAN country security. Other than that, the ASEAN consists of three pillars, which is ASEAN Political Security Community, ASEAN Economy Community, and the last ASEAN Social Culture Community. This community bring many benefit to the country in that community.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Afrika Hayani binti Muhammad Nizam, and I will continue to present about the benefit of ASEAN members. First benefit is the Treaty on the Southeast ASEAN Nuclear Weapon Free Zone, also known as SENWFZ, which preserve our region free of nuclear weapons. This agreement was produced in December 1995 and it take effect on the same month, but in 1997, it means 2 years later. It was held in Bangkok, Thailand, and it was signed by the head of state and or the head of governments of 10 regional states. And this agreement was signed in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It is a key component of Zone of Peace, Freedom and Neutrality, also known as ZOPFAN. The main objective of SENWZ is to express ASEAN determination to contribute towards general and complete nuclear disarmament and promotion of international peace and stability. There are obligations that must be followed by the state of parties, which they cannot use, test and own the nuclear weapons in the treaty zone. It includes both inside and outside the treaty zone. The Land's Continental Shelf and EEZ, also known as Exclusive Economic Zone of the state parties within the region, are protected by the treaty zone. The ASEAN members believe that it will help to avoid from nuclear threat and also will help to establish the ASEAN members have better ties between the nations, thereby maintaining peace and stability. There are 10 parties involved, which are Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam.
Assalamualaikum and greetings. My name is Siti Khadijah and I'm going to explain about the issue and solution of the treaty of the first benefits of Asian members, which is the Treaty on the Southeast Asian Nuclear Weapon Free Zone, SENWFZ. there are some issues that was faced by the ASEAN members in implementing the Treaty of SHON-WFZ. The issue arises when there are some of the nuclear weapon states, which is China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, and United States, are still refused to sign and ratify the protocol of SHON-WFZ. This can cause the problem and danger to the other country, especially to the Middle East countries. There are some reasons on why the nuclear weapons states are still not agreed to sign the SHON-WFZ treaty. First, it is because some of the nuclear weapon states does not want to offer a complete negative security assurance to all the state members of ASEAN, such as Myanmar. Negative security assurance is a guarantee that was made by the nuclear weapon states that they will not threaten or use any nuclear weapon to the non-nuclear weapon states. For example, since the Myanmar have some of the non-proliferation records, the United States refused to issue the negative security assurance to that state. Second, it is because the Treaty of SHON-WFZ may obstructing the freedom of the nuclear weapon states. When they agreed to offer the negative security assurance to the ASEAN members, they will not be allowed to use the nuclear weapon within the scope of zone. This is because, according to the treaty, the nuclear weapon-free zone are covering the whole scope of zone of the ASEAN countries, including the exclusive economic zone. This means the nuclear weapon states cannot use any nuclear ballistic missiles submarine to threat the other non-Asian country within that area. The solution regarding to this issue are still be discussed by the ASEAN members. There are many suggestions and recommendations that were submitted by the ambassador of the ASEAN member during the conference. The recommendation that was submitted included the support for the development to further the nuclear weapon-free zone. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the fourth conferences of the SHON-WFZ will be held until to the year 2021.
Second benefit of ASEAN members is the ASEAN Regional Forum, also known as ARF, remains an important mechanism to promote security cooperation in the wider Asia-Pacific region. It was established on 26th ASEAN Ministerial Meeting and Post-Ministerial Conference, and it was held in Singapore on 23rd until 25th July 1993. The first meeting was held in Bangkok on 25th July 1994, a year after that, and the last meeting on 26th ARF on 4th August 2019, also in Bangkok, Thailand. There are two objectives of ARF, which are: first is to promoting debate and discussion on policy and security problems of mutual interest and emphasis. The next one is making important contribution to initiative in the Asia-Pacific region to build trust and peace building. The ARF might be an important Asia-Pacific consultative forum for the promotion of a constructive debate in the region on political security and security cooperation. There are 27 countries involved, which are Australia, Bangladesh, Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Canada, China, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, European Union, India, Indonesia, Japan, Laos DPR, Malaysia, Mongolia, Myanmar, New Zealand, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Republic of Korea, Russia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Timor-Leste, United States, and Vietnam. That's all from me. Thank you.
One of the examples of the issue that was faced by the ASEAN members in promoting security cooperation in ASEAN Pacific region is the dispute that happened between the South Korea and North Korea in the last year 2015. The issue arose when the South Korea ignored North Korea's threat to stop the joint military training of the South Korea with United States. Other than that, the North Korea also stated that the joint military training as a rehearsal for invasions. However, South Korea still refused to follow by urge, claiming that the joint military training was a self-defense. As a solution, since ASEAN Regional Forum are not only focused to the ASEAN member countries, but also to the other countries in the Asia-Pacific region, the constructive dialogue was held between 27 countries. The issue that was happened between South Korea and North Korea was discussed in the Asia-Pacific states by the other members in the Asia-Pacific states in the ASEAN Regional Forum at 22nd.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Faris Fahmi bin Amin Zinwi. Today, I want to talk about the benefit of ASEAN members. The third benefit of ASEAN members is bring to ASEAN political cooperation and security to a higher level. This can be seen by ZOFAN was formed. The concept of ZOFANs, or known as the Zone of Peace, Freedom and Neutrality, was announced by the ASEAN Foreign Minister through the Kuala Lumpur Declarations on 27 November 1971. The declaration is also known as the Kuala Lumpur Declaration. Among the main points, the declaration is that the countries concerned intend to ease international tensions and achieve lasting peace in Southeast Asia. There are several important events that have taken place in Southeast Asia that have led to the emergence of the concept of ZOFAN. Firstly, the strategic position of Southeast Asia to the superpower in the context of the political tension of East and West Bloc. The main power of country very interested in this part of Southeast Asia because it is very close to the countries in the Middle East. It is because several countries in the Middle East have conflict and civil war, so they want to get a place to put their troops ready if needed in the Middle East. The second reason is the war in Vietnam. This war is more seen as a proxy war between the United States and the Soviet Union. At first, this war was only took place internally. After that, United States was intervention in the war. This war showed that these interventions of foreign power will cause instability in the Southeast Asia regions or country. Finally, through this ZOFAN concept, it has received recognitions and support from European Union countries and Commonwealth Conference and several other countries like Japan, Pakistan, Romania, and Democratic Republic of Korea. This indicates that ZOFANs bring ASEAN political and security cooperations to a higher levels. On some countries have recognized these declarations. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mama Anis Aiman bin Azim. So I will continue with the solution. ZOFAN proposal has been an effective diplomatic device to project a regional image of neutrality while maintaining the guarantees of friendly external powers. ASEAN's view of ZOFAN, particularly during the Cold War, had not been effective in curbing the military build-up of either the Americans or the former Soviets in Southeast Asian waters as it seeks to protect its sea lanes. The ZOFAN concept has lacked the support of the United States because it would exclude foreign powers from having a presence in the region. ZOFAN conceptual framework requires certain modification to be effective in making Southeast Asia a more peaceful and stable region. It also requires the full commitment of all ASEAN countries and the support of other Southeast Asian nations. In the context of its original formulation, a zone of neutrality in the face of impending American withdrawal from Indochina was entirely plausible. ASEAN neutrality at that point of time meant that ASEAN did not want to be in a position where they had to choose between communism and capitalism, or between United States or the former Soviet Union. ZOFAN, when it was declared in 1971, has a clear purpose of promoting world peace and security by reducing the areas of international conflict and tensions. This was to intend to complement the effort at arms reduction, which was then being negotiated by the big superpowers by increasing the zone of peace.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Salama binti Abu Naim, and I will continue with a comparison between APLC and ARF. So, what is APLC and ARF? APLC is an ASEAN Political Security Community, which has its genesis of over 4 decades of close cooperation and solidarity. The ASEAN leaders believe that APLC will bring ASEAN political and security cooperation to a higher plane. The APLC also seeks to strengthen the mutually beneficial relation between ASEAN and its dialogue partner and friends. In its implementation of the functions, rule, and regulation contained in the APLC, they make ARF or ASEAN Regional Forum as an organization that can help to achieve the goal of the APLC itself. The focus of ARF is on a wide array of existing and emerging non-traditional security threats such as trafficking, drugs, cybersecurity, biosecurity, space security, maritime safety, and so on. ARF forms as a consultative forum concerning defense and security issues, and contributing to confidence building and preventive diplomacy. These forums say to be effectiveness in making the concept of security, stability surrounding ASEAN and its neighbor. The existing of ARF is a continuous of ZOFAN forms. ZOFAN is a zone of peace, freedom, and neutrality. So, the first comparison is their objective. For APLC, the objective is to aim the political and security cooperation in ASEAN in realizing peace in the regional and global region. It also is a comprehensive security approach and is not intended to form a joint defense or military alliance or foreign policy part. For ARF is to foster constructive dialogue and consultation on political and security issues of common interest and concern. The second comparison is their function. For APLC function is to strengthen the mutually beneficial relation between ASEAN and its dialogue partner and other external parties. For ARF, it is an important platform for security dialogue in the Indo-Pacific. It provides a setting in which members can discuss current security issues and develop cooperative measures to enhance peace and security in the region. Lastly, the purpose of APLC and ARF. The purpose of APLC is to preserving regional peace and stability, adopting a comprehensive approach to security challenges and developing friendly and mutually beneficial relations with the external partner, have been underlined in the principle of ASEAN's approach to political and security issues and development. For the ARF is to make significant contribution to effort towards the confidence building and preventive diplomacy in the Asia-Pacific regions. In other opinion of the head of ARF, which is Amitav Acharya, view that the ARF was aimed at creating peace and cooperation with other countries outside the region by considering them as a friend and partner of cooperation, not as opponents to be faced and to be challenged.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ainu Najwa binti Muhammad Sayuti, and I will be the last presenter that will present about the benefit of the ASEAN member states. As the conclusions, we know that the ASEAN political security is also able to give the security guarantees to all the ASEAN member states in the future. And at the same time, ASEAN political security also seeks to enhance mutually beneficial relations between ASEAN's dialogue partners and friends in order to maintain and improve peace and stability in the region. In doing so, it also preserves ASEAN's central and constructive positions in an open, transparent, and inclusive regional architecture while remaining actively committed, forward-looking, and non-discriminatory. So, at the end of the day, the ASEAN Political Security Committee are able to achieve their goals, which is they are trying to ensure all the peoples and the ASEAN member states are able to live in peace with the world at large in just, democratic, and harmonious environments. And that's all from us. Thank you.